So when the A67 came out, a lot of us here in the Sony APS-C community were happy about it because it kind of marked a triumphant return to, the awesomeness of APS-C, and we've been kind of waiting to see what Sony does next. So recently, somebody on the Chinese social media site Weibo, I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but in any case, they leaked information about the A6900, and now this isn't confirmed to be true, obviously, it is just a leak, but we can look at it and talk about it and get hyped about it, so let's do it. So I put the list up on the screen here, but here's what we've got on the leak. So we've got a 30 megapixel sensor, that's huge, an ISO range of 80 to 32,000, heavy duty IBIS equivalent to level 8 anti-shake, 759 AF points with AI tracking modes, much like, some of the newer full frame cameras. 11 frames per second, fastest exposure time, 800th of a second, or 8,000ths of a second rather. A 3.7 million dots viewfinder, 4K 120 FPS and up to 8K 30 FPS, so that's kind of nuts, with 15 levels of dynamic range, and then some sort of focus breathing compensation and video anti-shake enhanced mode. I have no idea what that means. So yeah, 30 megapixels on an APS-C camera, that's just insane. I mean, obviously, we're still held back a little bit by just the physical sensor size. We're never gonna have as much low light performance as a full frame camera, but that's still a massive improvement, especially for, people who are printing huge prints and stuff like that, or cropping in quite a bit. As far as the IBIS goes, I know a lot of people just use a gimbal or a tripod. Personally, I like to stay as light as possible. That's why I use an APS-C camera, so I don't have to lug around like a giant kit. So stronger IBIS is always a huge bonus for me, and anything that prevents me from having to carry a tripod is a bonus to me. The autofocus, obviously we don't know until we get our hands on it, but it sounds like it's pretty much the same stuff as, that's on the latest full frame cameras, which has proven to be insane with the new AI autofocus stuff. Super quick, super precise, autofocus these days is just nuts. Pretty happy about the Viewfinder too. I mean, I've never been a stickler for viewfinders, but if you look back on the A6000 for example, that was a disgustingly bad viewfinder. Even the A7 III looks pretty bad. I remember the first time I tried a Panasonic camera, I looked at the viewfinder and I was like, yeah, this is what Sony could be. And it seems like they're finally catching up, especially on APS-C. And then for video, 8K, I mean, I don't even shoot in 4K because it's kind of a pain and my laptop sucks. But for those who need it, awesome. 4K 120 FPS, that's pretty huge too. For people who shoot a lot of B-rays, slow motion, definitely gonna be making use of that myself for stock video. So yeah, it's looking like if these leaks are true, which they might not be, so don't get too hyped, but if they are true, man, we're shaping up to have an insane hybrid camera, and I don't think I'm going to be able to resist the temptation to buy it when it comes out to, pretty much replace my A7 III and my ZV-E10 together. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Drop a like, let me know in the comments, are you excited? Do you think this is even true? And yeah, thanks for watching.